The United States government is once again grinding to a halt. A political standoff in Washington has triggered yet another government shutdown, this time under the Trump administration's return to political influence. But what does that really mean for everyday Americans? When will people actually feel the effects, and how bad could it get if it continues for weeks or even months? Stay with me, because in this video, we're breaking down the real timeline of pain, how a government shutdown moves from Washington headlines to your home, your paycheck, and your economy. First, what is a government shutdown? In simple terms, Congress and the President must agree on a budget to fund federal agencies. When they can't, the government runs out of legal authority to spend money. That means hundreds of thousands of federal workers are either furloughed, sent home without pay, or forced to work for free until funding is restored. Under Trump's leadership, this shutdown is tied to partisan fights over border funding, debt ceilings, and spending cuts. And while politicians argue, real people are caught in the crossfire. Here's how the timeline of impact unfolds, day by day. In the first few days, the effects seem distant. The lights are still on. Social Security checks still go out. The military still operates. But behind the scenes, agencies start freezing new projects, stopping inspections, and halting research. Tourists may notice national parks closing, passport renewals slow down, and small business loans are delayed. For now, most Americans don't feel it, but that illusion won't last long. By the second week, cracks start to appear. Federal workers miss their first paycheck. About 800,000 families begin tightening their budgets. TSA agents call in sick. Airport lines grow longer. The FDA halts routine food safety inspections, and federal housing programs freeze payments. Meanwhile, local economies in cities like Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland begin to suffer. Restaurants near government buildings lose customers. Contractors, janitors, and security guards, many living paycheck to paycheck, are hit the hardest. And this is just the beginning. After a month of shutdown, the economic ripple becomes a wave. The U.S. GDP starts to shrink as federal spending disappears. Consumer confidence drops. Investors begin to fear long-term instability, and markets respond with volatility. Federal courts start delaying cases. Scientific research is paused. And across the country, public trust in Washington reaches a breaking point. The political blame game escalates, but average Americans are the ones paying the price. So when will Americans feel the impact? They already are. It starts quietly, in delayed paychecks and frozen services, then grows into something impossible to ignore. The real question isn't when the pain starts, it's how long leaders will let it last. Because history shows. Every day of political deadlock costs billions of dollars, and every shutdown leaves a deeper scar on America's stability. Government shutdowns don't just freeze Washington, they freeze progress, opportunity, and trust. And as Americans start to feel the weight of this one, the message is clear. Politics isn't a game, it's people's lives. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe for more geopolitical explainers, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments. What do you think it will take to end the shutdown?